the Roth, you know? And the Roth, even though it sounds good here on paper, okay, Melissa, I would forgive this one.
Oh, there it is.
There you go. The Valir is now out for Echo. I would forgive the Melissa because it's just the Lilia. But Blacklist, even though, you know, I would want to see a Fredrin. Guinevere. What if Guinevere? Guinevere sounds good.
Jungle Guinevere.
Yeah.
Jungle.
It's either Guinevere or, you know, Fredrin.
Jungle Fredrin. Barats is still out there.
Yeah. Barats.
But it's going to be difficult for the Barats.
It's Lilia and Valir, so you wouldn't really want to pick that. Julian is open.
That's cooked dinosaur.
Yep. Dinosaur ribs.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm hungry.
Medium rare, please.
It's called for some muck delivery. But
so it's
no.
either Gwyn, Fredrin.
Oh. It's here once again. And the crowd goes wild because they love to see it the first time they saw it yesterday.
Good friend of ours, Ray Ash, is also going wild.
He's going wild at
home.
Please do not slide into my DMs. I already know what you're saying. What you're gonna say.
He sent it to all of us.
He sent it to the universe, and boy, oh boy, Wise picked up.
Yeah.
And Wise is sending it to everybody else.
100% win rate in the playoffs, and now it's for the championship. If it goes in and he wins, it's for the championship.
Now, we did call it, and right now the issue is with Echo. How do you deal with the Guinevere here? Although late game, you would say that, you know, Echo's lineup is much more safer compared to Blacklist, but you have to question the playmaking capabilities of Blacklist. There is a Paquito, there is a Guinevere, and there's also the Lolita factor that you have to worry about for Echo.
I'm going to say this again like I did the previous time it was pulled out. That Valir, though, being able to push back those engages can play a big role here for Echo. So hopefully the timing's there, the layering is there, and Echo can bring this to game 7.
But here we are first. Before we even get there, Echo has to even the odds. 3-2. Blacklist at match point. Echo up against the corner. It all starts here.
You know, this Lilia and Valir has to work for Echo. If not, this will be the last game that they play in MPL Season 10. But Blacklist, man oh man, again, putting up the Guinevere jungle on quite possibly their last match of the season. If this works, you know, ranked games later on will be filled with Guinevere jungle.
I'm sure they already are.
No, I tested it. People don't seem to like the idea, but you know, if they win MPL, people will just naturally follow.
It takes a MPL championship for to show up. Yawi, though, gonna get poked down a little bit here. Oh, my Venus looking for a kill. Yawi, there's the pushback, but Haji forcing the flicker out. That's a lot out of Yawi.
Yeah, but it was also committed for the side of you know, Blacklist, the sprint of the promise. But still, it does give a kind of a favorable trade for Blacklist because they don't have to worry about Yawi positioning very, very aggressive on the earlier stages of the game.
Yeah, no, it's this kind of treatment wherein we're fighting fire with fire that might temper the flames of Yawi here. But wait, Carlteasy engages.
Yeah, he can't get the position, the angle that he needed there. Better to play it safe, too, for Echo just for now. Wait for that first turtle of the game to come up and maybe come out on top of the objective. But on the bottom side, 2 versus 2 for now. Edward going to get poked down a little bit. Wise there, too. Turtle now spawns, but gets the knock-up. Sanford, though.
Ooh, that's the Purify.
Had to use the Purify.
Didn't even commit the ultimate or Divided Requiem for the Guinevere.
Well, he's still holding on to the ultimate. They got to make space here for this turtle as it does reset. Carlteasy with the knock-up. Oh, my Venus has to flicker out. Cult Altar to response.
Pow!
The Black Shoes able to dodge that Newman on blast.
Going home.
You talked about this earlier, Naisu, the factor of the Valir on these engagements. It's hard for Blacklist to actually engage even with the Cult Altar because of the amounts of slows and the positioning displacement done in by Yawi.
Oh, great job here securing that first turtle of the game. Echo off to a good start. Again, we're going to see this. There's a lot of weight here on the lover boy Yawi's shoulders, right? This Valir could possibly gain him this W in this game, but still, they have a big thing ahead of them, and it's just the whole entirety of BLCK International. As we saw them previously, where they are very good at timing the skills, timing the ultimates, layering, especially when Haji is playing the Faramis. That's something they have to keep in mind, but already you can see the power of Yawi on this Valier once again.
No, it's
really annoying.
It's a displacement. It's the fact that you're not sure if you want to take the fight or maybe not, wait it out. And so far, it's led to Echo having a small lead and again, scoring that major objective, that turtle in the early. What kind of items are we looking at here, Midnight? What are they going?
I think for Wise, you're gearing up for the Guardian's Helmet. Again, more HP, more sustain means more survivability in this fight, and also more damage around the neutral objectives. But the most important item that we can see in this game is the DH's timing of BLCK. It has been delayed for quite a bit because the Claude and Melissa matchup needs sort of a band-aid solution for the Claude. He needs physical defense to be able to sustain that lane and be able to farm up on the mid game. So that's why you're seeing a sort of a delay on the DHS pickup on BLCK, but is about to get it in probably around 30 seconds.
I mean, not just that, I think it also saves you from a possible knockout combo from Edward.
Yeah.
So at least that allows Benny to farm up a little more. So that means Echo should be patient, but not be shy to take a fight when it's ready, and not be shy to, again, lean in hard on these objectives as they did on the Turtle.
Second Turtle probably is the best timing for Echo because that is a time where BLCK can fight and he has either DHS or DHS to skull and staff.
They also have, again, the triple loaded Purify, right, which will help them. Second Turtle of the game is now up. Sanji taking the damage, has to use the black shoes, should be fine. Turtle's gonna reset though. Edward getting in position as he finds Yawi out from the bush. Nuno and Blast gonna land as well. Sanford though, popping the consecration, should be just fine. They're gonna whittle down Oh My Venus a little bit. Wise not able to land the knockup. And right now, Turtle still being worked on here. BLCK International with the numbers advantage, but Oh My Venus quite low here. karltzy gonna go in. Wise gets Sanford. BLCK International just like that, gaining an advantage. Edward.
Goodness, this Paquito.
Zoning him out.
They're still going. They're still going. I love the Violent Requiem.
karltzy again quite low. Sanji from the backside. Can he help out the team? He's trying his best.
Blooms.
The heavy spin already came out. Edward trying to push karltzy back. And that's going to be the Turtle going over to BLCK International.
Look at this. BLCK is not stopping. Oheb, by the way, almost died on the top lane, but he was able to survive with the Inspire, hitting onto the Claw. So BLCK was able to finish the job, but almost gets the kill onto Edward.
Man, BLCK International just playing on the edge there with their lives a little bit, but still, unfortunately for Echo, can't convert a kill out of it.
Blacklist found that small window. We were talking about how Echo should maybe lean hard on into it, especially when BLCK is ready, but I guess they read the situation. Yo, Benny's still farming.
Yeah.
Benny's not ready. Let's go. Let's do it now.
It's the right time to fight for BLCK International, and it's making it hard. It's making it hard for Echo to fight back because there's a lot of sustain and there's also a lot of mobility from the heroes of Blacklist. Just the Guinevere alone is annoying enough for Echo to deal with. You have to also think about Edward, Oheb, although Oheb hasn't participated yet, but also the Faramis on these fights.
There's a lot in this matchup that might say, yo, Echo is winning, Echo has the better lineup, but the way it's executed, the way Blacklist is using their windows is just speaking the opposite. Now,
Just
forced
like that.
to use an early black shoes.
Okay, karltzy going in. Sanji, though, I mean, that could have been bad. He could have gone down there, but this is what we're talking about, the layering of abilities from BLCK International.
Yep. Every spell that has been used is perfectly in sync with each other. Even though Wise jumped in and Sanji was able to get out, at least it forced out the Purify. Unfortunately, Oh My Venus didn't land the ultimate, but at least the threat is there. The pressure was enough for Echo to react, which means Oheb is able to farm these resources in the mid lane while matching up the farming speed of the Claw.
And so far, it looks like this last turtle is going the Blacklist's way. Ooh, forcing out karltzy to make a move. There's a Numenon Blast, and now they're going to pull.
Though.
He held on to the Retribution, so they know that they don't have the Numenon Blast. They could position them themselves really well here.
That's why they're delaying.
Wise is one level ahead though.
They got to be careful.
Take it. They want to fight.
There's Wise looking for the knockup, the Requiem. Sanji with the black shoes. A turret does go down, though. They lose it on the bottom side. Edward getting quite low. Lord is going to spawn here. Carl TZ going in. Sanford taking quite a few hits from the turret. Concentration for Wise. Gets knocked into the tier 1. Carl TZ, but more members are going down for Echo. 2-for-1 trade. Oh my Venus with the flicker in. Carl TZ trying to help out. And he grabs the kill on Oheb. Quite messy, but the 3-for-2.
They're still not done. They're still not done. Edward commits a flicker.
This is crazy stuff from both sides. Although Echo had a fantastic work on Wise, on this Guinevere, Oh My Venus and Haji on the back side of things, they were dealing heavy damage onto the frontliners of Echo. Haji alone, the Paramis with the magic damage, is a big problem. He dealt so much damage that he was able to whittle down the HP of both Sanford and Benecuti, and Oh My Venus even committed the flicker to take out the gold laner of Echo, although Oheb jumped in as well, and he was punished heavily by Carl TZ.
So messy trades like that might actually change the tempo for Blacklist International. I'm guessing maybe Echo can actually start picking fights, because so far it looks like it's been Blacklist always baiting out the black shoes, baiting out the vengeance flames, seeing if they can try to make Carl TZ do a heavy spin way out of timing.
Yeah, you know, for Echo it has to be on their own terms. Blacklist International, they have been the ones starting the fight because they have the Lolita, they have the Paquito, and they also have the Paramis. So it really is going to be advantageous for Blacklist to start. So if Echo wants to, you know, look for ways to fight, it should be started by them.
And that's a start. I mean, a concealed play into a bush with lethal intent.
Yeah, it's still a tall situation for Echo here. And also Benecuti, right? I mean, as he can farm up, that's going to play a crucial part around these objective fights. Does the thing is, do they commit to this first Lord here?
You know, one problem that also, you know, that Echo also has is the fact that it's not that they lack frontliners, but they lack decent re-engage. Like, you know, having Yaoi play the Valeria, even though, yes, it's a good answer versus the Promise, if you are playing aggressively. But Blacklist right now are the ones playing aggressively, and Echo is just reacting defensively, and they cannot even utilize the aggression or the aggressive nature of their own heroes.
Yep, the last time we saw Echo leverage the displacement that their heroes had was in the first 5 minutes.
Yeah.
After that, it's just been Blacklist baiting out all of their ults and waiting for Benecuti.
You know, the image is, it should be Echo farming on the side or the jungle of Blacklist. But right now, 10 minutes in, even though, yes, Echo does have late game, they're just playing defensively against Blacklist, which does mean that Oheb is getting the same amount of farm as Benecuti. But the main problem is there's so many lives and sustain on the side of Blacklist, and there's also many ways for them to engage into fights. The mobility is going to come into play here for Blacklist.
They're up on items as well. I mean, you can see the 2,000 gold lead from Blacklist International coming in the form of Edward. Look at Edward, man. He's about 500 gold ahead of Sanford. And you can see how Sanford is scared for his life for the most times. Like his Purify within the first 5 seconds.
Carl TZ going to be able to find a Wise here. Can't get the kill just yet. Oh My Venus also on the other side, so...
Did he cancel?
It looked like it was...
Oh, no, never mind.
I mean, he found Wise, but unfortunately, like, he did... I don't know, he didn't stay there long enough.
Yeah. It was like, nah, I don't want to fight.
Maybe he got the call that Oh My Venus was there too, so didn't want the team to kind of crunch it down onto that.
This is the beauty of having a Paquito versus Uranus. Paquito can do this, and he can follow to the fights as early as possible. Now Uranus has to react. You either, you know, clear the wave, or you follow the Paquito all throughout the map. But this does put Blacklist into the advantage because they will always have a numbers advantage.
Yeah, and that's why the lane defense from the side lanes is so much easier. That's why Echo can't afford to send more dudes.
Ooh, look at the damage from Oheb.
Oh.
That's what I was talking about. You know, when Melissa is in the right environment,
Yep.
you can kind of do this. You can whittle down these tanks. Also a nice key item pickup here. Gonna have that wind in nature available still. Everything just being a deciding factor on how does Echo approach Blacklist International.
I mean, it's going to be hard for Echo to deal with this Melissa of Oheb. Like the physical damage, you're already removing that factor from the Claude. Sanji also has to close the gap against both Haji and Oheb, which is a tall order, by the way.
It's so hard to break the Ube right now. They've been living in this mid-lane Lord Bush for the past 2 minutes.
Oh, it's like so easy playing Melissa when there's no far stuff.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, displacement, sure, but that's what you want anyways with the go-away. You want some space between you and your opponent. It's fine. Look at that. Oh,
He can do this like 24/7.
all day.
All day indeed. BLCK, oof, another problem, you know. Can be blocked. Blazing do it.
Yep.
You know, OHIP just stands near. Oh my Venus uses the bulwark. No problem. They don't even need to commit the Wind of Nature.
It's just it's kind of crazy, right? How much back and forth between these two teams are going. But yeah, what you're seeing constantly here is Echo finding it very hard to find any angle, any opening at all. And a lot of it, again, has to do with even Oh My Venus on this Lolita. There's a lot of frontal damage that needs to be set up from Echo. And also, it's very difficult for BLCK to go in.
And Wise is also making this very, very
Yeah.
hard. He is just standing on the front lines. It's not even farming. It's just a walking vision, walking, you know, CC. If he catches anybody, Blacklist is ready to go for the engage because they have so much mobility on Haji. Oh, Edward.
Got the black shoes out just like that, though.
That damage was enough, though. If Sanji did not commit the black shoes, would have been, you know, terrible for Echo.
There's 4 ways for Blacklist to actually pick a fight, and they're all very scary.
Yeah.
For Echo, you're
one.
There's just one, and you're thinking, like, is it the right time? Are there enough people here?
Yeah, this is the case for Echo. For us to have a clear picture as to what will happen. Carltis is standing on the front line. Blacklist gets engages on him. BLCK walks over to the back line, uses Blazing Do It, and that's it. But the main problem is there's so much solution and so much stuff from Blacklist International. Bottom lane, though, there's a quick work happening here for Echo.
They're trying to kill Edward here. 2 versus 1. Agent Zero going to be just fine. Yawi has to flicker out. Lord going to be worked on here, finally by Blacklist International.
They've had enough. They're saying, you know what? This is a whole lot of nothing we've been doing the past 5 minutes. Let's make something out of this big lead. 3K, and they've committed some key skills. Luminum Blast on Sanji.
Dodge.
I mean, all of this just lines up. That's exactly what Blacklist International wants to do.
Yeah.
They're getting these ultimates out of Echo.
They don't even care.
And they don't care at this point.
It's about the Melissa. Your protection to the Melissa is Echo's usage of their abilities. If they don't have ways of engaging onto your gold laner, Blacklist will just have better team fighting ability.
Oh, they do get the flicker out of Oh My Venus. But is it going to be enough to actually win this fight? Haji holding on with a Cult Altar. Sanford now joining the party. Can they find a kill? Wise taking a lot of damage. Cult Altar comes out. Edward Balboa gets the kill. BLCK with the blazing duet. No one falls for Blacklist International.
OHIP is still at full health.
It came to the point where the fight was so long that the Cult Altar expired, no one got stunned, and they just continued fighting.
Yeah. This is really, really hard for Echo. That is the firepower of Blacklist International. But we are seeing the capabilities of the Claude. If they time things right, if OHIP does not have that Wind of Nature, and if they're able to close that gap, they are able to take out the Melissa. They can do that, but they need to find the right initiation and the right angle against Blacklist. Although Venus is making the move.
Sanji with the black shoes. Can they turn this one around? There's the Glooms, the blazing duet coming out from BLCK. Cult Altar is the response. Wise not able to get the knock up. They're quite low. Nuno Blast gonna be charged up. Finds 3 of Echo, but they're under the turret. OF finds Carl Teasy. BLCK falls. Haji in response and under the turret. It's Wise with the knock-up. Echo's in trouble now.
Oh, the humanity. That was 3 for 1, and now Haji's back, and they're going to push in mid.
Echo, you had the opportunity. BLCK found the opportunity, but the bulwark from Oh My Venus kept the Claude at bay. No damage done onto OHIP. They're breaking the base.
Nuno Blast going to come out. They're looking to end the game here. It's a wipeout. And just like that, with the comeback of the Royal Duo, mission accomplished. The crown has been reclaimed.
3-time NBL champions, Blacklist International. The Wise have come back, and they have done what they came out to do. That Echo still had it in to defend after 5-6 minutes of just back and forth. Blacks International went for the throat and went for that trophy.
60% grand finals win rate. 3 grand finals for BYs. 3 MPL titles. And now they're also the first team to defend their title.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome your MPL Philippines Season 10 champions, Blacklist International! May we call on Mr. Andre Luis Nava of Smart Communications to present the medals to our champion. Blacklist International has been victorious in reclaiming the crown. And now our players will be awarded with the medal. Let's give it up for Wise! Oh my Venus! Ohab! Haji! Edward! Esson! Dexter! Kevier! Master the basics! And Coach Bon Chan! And now, it's time to announce our finals MVP! Who do you think it is? Congratulations to Edward! And now, let's hear it from our finals MVP. Edward, congratulations! Ano ang nararamdaman mo ngayon?
Ewan, speechless ako eh. Ina-expect ko talaga si Wise yung MVP para kaming, di ba yung MVP, yung main 5 na MVP. So, hindi ko ina-expect yung ganito.
Congratulations, Edward! And now,